Hey y'all, it's Mardi Gras season, and in this video I'm going to show you how you can make some super easy Mardi Gras decor for your home. My first few DIYs are going to be using Mardi Gras beads. I'm lucky to have a sister that lives near the birthplace of Mardi Gras. She lives near Mobile, Alabama, so I've got so many beads. I've got like a lifetime of Mardi Gras beads to craft with that she's brought me. I'm going to be filling some empty liquor bottles, and if you don't have a lot of beads at your disposal like this, you could either order some from Amazon. I found where you can buy 144 strands for $29.99, or you could just simply paint the bottles in the traditional purple, gold, green. But since I have all these beads, I'm just going to stuff these bottles full. These turned out so pretty and would be a great addition to your bar cart or drink station, or even a centerpiece for your Mardi Gras table setup. Now, I chose to leave the labels on. I thought it just added a little more color, a little more jazz to the decorations. If you don't have empty bottles or just simply want something smaller, you can use a drinking glass or two. And for this one, I'm just going to layer all three colors in there. If you would rather not have anything alcohol related in your decor, you could always do this with just some clear vases or jars. Going back to recycled bottles, I've got this one that I thought was just perfect for Mardi Gras decor. And then I also have another frosted one, and I've removed the label from this. And then I also have this clear glass. I'm going to be spray painting the outside of this black. I removed the label here, and as best I could on the top, that's metal, I couldn't get it off, but I'm just going to spray paint over the whole thing. And I'll be using Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Matte. And again, if you'd rather not have anything related to alcohol in your Mardi Gras decor, you can pick up some really nice vases for $1.25 at Dollar Tree. And they usually have different varieties each time you go in. I have some pre-made picks that came from Walmart last year that I'm going to be reusing for this. And I'll just stick one in each bottle. They're all three different. One of them I put with a bow. I had glued these together on a sign last year. And I've also got these pieces that came off of that one. And I'll just decorate these up. And then I will show you what they look like all together. Zero crafting talent needed for these. It's just some bottles with some pre-made picks, and they're so pretty. I think the picks cost around $5 each. So for say $15, you'll have a nice centerpiece for your table or something festive on your bar cart. And this is how they look in the glass vases from Dollar Tree with some beads in the bottom to weight it down. I have some items that I picked up at Dollar Tree to make like a photo booth prop area. And if you're not planning on having a party that you'll need photo props, you could absolutely use this as something decorative. It's going to be very pretty just as a standalone decor piece. What I'm going to do is start with one of these leprechaun hats that I got at Dollar Tree. And I'm going to be using this like a planter to put masks and things inside. I'm going to remove this hat band that's already on there. The ribbon itself is just laid over the hat. It's not stuck down. The only thing that's stuck is that right there was. So I'll clean up the glue that's left behind from that best I can. And then what I'm going to do is put this gold sparkle, what's it called, diamond wrap around the hat to make it more Mardi Gras and less St. Patrick's decor. I'm going to start gluing on the side so maybe I can camouflage once I get around. You don't want that right in the front showing the seam. So I'll put down a bit of this glue. Stick that down. Let's glue a little bit, a couple of dots around so it doesn't slip down once I flip this upside down. Now I'm putting the mask on skewers at different heights, and I'll be arranging them in this hat. What I want to do is put a piece of this, this comes in a 2-pack from Dollar Tree, these little round discs of foam. I'll put one of those in the bottom, but I don't want to glue it down because somebody may want to use the hat to pose with. And then I'm going to add to that, this is one of those things that you get at Dollar Tree that you tie helium balloons on. And I'm going to put this block right on top of that so that the mask don't try to tip over the hat. And some of these I'm gluing on the right hand side, some I'm gluing on the left hand side so I can make it look better basically. And I'll stick those skewers in just like so. Of course, longer skewers in the back to make the arrangement look nice. I used a total of 7 masks in here. You could actually put a few more than that if you wanted to, but I've got some other items I'm sticking in here. So I thought it would be cute to use some of this tinsel garland, like sparkly boas for your pictures. This is a 9-foot garland. You know, you could actually even cut that in half and make 2 photo props with that. I'm just going to stick that down around there, and it's going to cover up that ugly piece of styrofoam in the bottom. I also have some green garland that has the St. Patrick's Day clovers on it, but that doesn't matter. It's still pretty. And same thing, it's a 9-foot garland. You could cut it in half if you wanted. And I'm happy with how this is coming together. I think it's looking really nice. Now you can also add some Mardi Gras beads. I got these at Dollar Tree. So it was $1.25 for 6 strands. That's not a bad price. I'm just going to kind of lay those over the side there. Each guest can go home with a mask or a necklace or whatever. Then I'm going to put it on a charger plate. They'll add a little more decorative touch to that. And let those beads straight down on there. And then something else I'm going to put in. A couple of these little headbands from Dollar Tree. Isn't that cute? And that can just sit down wherever you can stick it. There's one there. Just play around with the arrangement until you get it the way you like it. And that's 20 photo props all in that hat, well, including the hat. And I know some people are going to think it's too cluttered, but you want a lot of photo props if you're having friends over. If you're just doing this as a decorative piece, of course you could just put 2 or 3 masks in there and it would be just as pretty. Here's a super quick history lesson. Mardi Gras actually began in Mobile, Alabama. And they have parades just like New Orleans, but a little bit calmer is the best way to put that. If you want to go to those parades, be sure to check out Toomey's. They have all kinds of specialty beads and pre-made wreaths, a lot of different things that you might catch when you go to a parade. This is how my sister dresses up her Grinch when she goes to the parades. That's her grandson Isaiah there. And here's a gorgeous wreath that she made with a lot of the beads that she caught. This is a pre-made wreath bought at Walmart last year, and it looked just fine, beautiful as it was, but it did not store well. A lot of the beading and glitter had come off when it was brought out of storage this year. So what I'm going to do is just pull all the mesh and embellishments off. I'll salvage what I can, toss the rest, and you're going to see some of these items coming up in the next few DIYs. I had 2 pieces of this mesh on the wreath, and I'm going to just be using it for a mesh ribbon garland. I'm also using, or reusing I should say, some purple and green mesh in with that. These come from Dollar Tree last year. When I've got a failed project or something I'm not super happy with, I'll just put it that way, I'll take it apart and use the pieces later on if it's something I can salvage. So that's what I've done with these 2. And then I've also got some gold tube mesh from Dollar Tree. Mesh tube. Comes in a package like this. And it's 12 yards, and I've already pre-cut it because, again, I used it last year on a project that I wasn't super happy with. What I'm going to do is go ahead and put all 3 pieces of mesh together. It's the full length of my craft table, so I would say it's about 7 foot long. And I'm going to keep those pieces straight because these edges will snag on each other. And I've pulled this off the roll, and I'm going to leave it like it is. I kind of like that twirl on there. And I'll put this right on top of that colorful mesh. And I'll add the purple on top of that. And I'm going to use these little gold bows. I thrifted this big package of bows, I don't know how long ago. But I'm going to put groups of 3 together of these little tube pieces. They're too long the way they are. I'm going to cut those in half. So I'll use this tie. You can use twist ties, pipe cleaners, zip ties, just whatever you have. This is just something that I had on hand that I want to use. So get all 3 of those pieces together. Give it a good twist. And then I'll put that right on the ends of these pieces. And twist it tight. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the excess as I go. Now I'll move on to the next place. I'm going to let it kind of poof like so. And go in with another bow. Forgot to put my tube mesh in that one. I think it'd be best if I go ahead and prepare all these pieces first so I don't miss another bunch of meshing. And I will be back once I have this all tied up. Now that I've put the last bow on, I'm going to cut that bit of excess I had because I didn't measure it exactly. And y'all, this was so incredibly easy. I kid you not. Probably top 5 of easy projects to put together. Now I went about 6 inches maybe between each bow. Yeah, about 8 inches in between. And y'all, this is going on my mantle and it's going to be beautiful. I can't believe I haven't tried this sooner because it was so easy. Went together in about 15 minutes, 15 to 20. And I'll definitely be doing this again now that I know that I don't have to be intimidated by it. I thrifted these ornaments a couple of years ago for $1, and I'm going to be making a wreath with these. The first thing I want to do with these is to remove the hangers. And I'm going to trim off the excess piece that's sticking out there. And then on the bottom, I'm going to make a hole. And I'm going to use my scissors for that. And I will just press down and twist until I get that all the way through. And I'll do this with all 5 of the ornaments. Now I'm going to take one of these 3D wreath forms from Dollar Tree, and I want to use one of the largest of these rings. So I'm going to use my wire cutters and cut right at that seam where they're soldered together. The toughest thing about this is going to be being able to find that hole on the other side to get onto the wire. Now that I have all 5 of those on, I'm going to put one of these little Dollar Tree clips on one of the ends to keep those from coming off. And I'll just pull those all the way over together. Now I'm going to take that second piece of the multicolor mesh. I got some strings hanging, but I don't think that matters. I'm going to put it onto the wire. And I want to kind of maybe accordion fold it, something like that, as I put it on. And then I'll make another loop. And I will continue until I've got all of that on the wire. Now that I have all of that on, I'm going to need to join those ends of the wire back together. So I'll scoot that back a bit. And I'm going to tape those ends together like so. This is not anything super heavy, so I don't need to do a heavy-duty adhesive on there. I'm going to use some duct tape on here. Let's cut a little piece of that. And this is not really going to show because I'm going to hide it underneath the gold ornaments. Just do a slight crossover. And put that tape on, wrap it. I want to make it fit the wire well enough that's going to actually go through those ornaments, or at least one of them. Let's see. And I think I can live with that. Now I'll spread that out. And I'm not real happy with these ends. They're all frazzled. I'm going to kind of wrap them around on themselves, see if I can help the look of that. Maybe that helped a bit. Now I'll take one of those little gold bows and put on there. See if that camouflages those ends a bit. One more thing I'm going to do to this is add this little Dollar Tree sign on there that says Mardi Gras. And this is something that I picked up last year, actually, and I'm reusing. I want to use hot glue. Put it down here. Here it is all finished. I used hot glue to attach the Mardi Gras y'all sign to those top two ornaments there. And it's going to look so nice over the mantle with the coordinating garland that I just made. Now I'm going to be reusing this wreath form that I've stripped down. And this is a super simple wreath that anyone can make. You can grab one of these wire wreath forms from Dollar Tree and do the same thing that I'm about to show you. I'm going to take some of this pretty Mardi Gras ribbon from Walmart and I'm going to wrap it around. And I'm going to leave the top where the hanger is. I'm going to leave that blank. That's going to save some of my ribbon because I'm going to be putting something else over here. The ribbon wouldn't show anyway, so I'm stingy with my craft supplies. I'm going to put down a little hot glue. Bring that ribbon over. Go ahead and glue that down too. And then I'll start wrapping. Now, if you wrap tightly enough, you don't need to put any more hot glue on until you get around to the end of the ribbon and secure it. Now, I'm just doing a slight overlap. See, just ever so slightly, bringing that over that last piece. And I will wrap this all the way around, and then I'll be back. Well, I ran out of ribbon. Usually one of these 9-foot rolls is good to go all the way around, but I had already used some off there. So instead of going all the way up to here I'm going to have to fill with something else. And it's a happy accident because I've got these foam roses that's been in my stash forever. No, they're not the same color purple, but I think they'll be beautiful. So I'm just going to glue these, let's see, maybe 2 together. Yeah, for a good coverage, I'll do 2 instead of just the 1 around. Stick some hot glue on and stick that down. So happy I ran out of ribbon because this is gorgeous. So pretty. But I am going to turn that where the flowers are at the bottom. So I'll have to make another hanger to go on there. But I'm also going to add in some of these little blingy things that come off the wreath. I've got 3 of these picks. And I think I'm just going to stick them in between the roses, here and there. I'll have to cut that wire off, of course. Cut it down some. I was digging around to make sure I only had 3 of those gold pieces. And I found these beads that also came off of the wreath that were wired together, like so. And I'm going to remove that. That's not really purple to me. That's a fuchsia color. But I like the gold and the light green here. So I'm going to put it up top and let it swag in like so. And I will just hot glue that down. Put a good amount of glue down and bring that over. Hold that till it cools down. And then glue that other side. As far as a hanger goes, you could actually just hang it like this on a wreath holder on your front door, or you can glue a twine hanger on the back. What I'm going to do is bring in some more green because I've only got those little dots of green there. The green on the roses doesn't show, and then this is lime. What I'm going to do is just take it with a strand of beads. Okay, both loops, put one inside the other, and there's the hanger. This turned out better than what I originally had in mind to do with this wreath form. And I'm going to hang on to this. This is going to be one of my keeper projects. So pretty and so festive. If you're enjoying these Mardi Gras budget decor DIYs, be sure you come back by my channel on February 17th. I'll be making a Fat Tuesday tiered tray with lots of smaller DIYs. Until next time, bye-bye.